Welcome to the Johnny and Obi Show, our second edition for the week of December 22nd, 2019. Here we have Omi or Johnny.
Yeah.
What a legend.
Oh.
What a legend. How are you today, my
Thank
friend?
you. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing especially well. I won like a free laptop yesterday. So we had our Bonenkai last night, and we were playing bingo, and I was like, I actually said a prayer. I was like, God, help me win this laptop. And boom, two of us tied for the laptop, and we tied 6 times straight at Jonken, and I won the last one. I won the laptop, so I'm feeling quite good
I'm
today.
so happy for you.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So how's your? You said you went to.
I won the Raspberry Pi 4. Like they had this Hackster.io had some competition with Microsoft. Like they had this Azure Sphere IoT device that they were just giving away with their development kit. So I just ordered that thing a few months back, I think in September, and then I pinged Microsoft like every day for 15 to 20 days, I think, and then I got bored, so I just stopped that. But they had a limit, like if you do like 15 days, you could win. So I was one of the lucky 500 people who got the Raspberry Pi 4. So
I looked at your thing and it said it was like the first people to do it, right? Or the first people to do it 15 days in a row, but on that 15th day, do you have to be like quick?
It doesn't matter if you do 15 or more or any day. Like it's just like I think random lucky draw out of all these people. But I think the number of people who applied for it were not that many. I think only 1,000 people must have applied and 500 are going to win. So I had a 50% chance. So, but anyways, I'm very happy with that. So I think I'll just use it like a Linux headless server. To maybe run some websites.
Yeah, you gotta show me how to do that too, because I've had this one now, and I'm gonna probably move like February next year, so I can have more space to like set up stuff to run, do something like that. But yeah, cool. So how's your Bonen? I guess was it a Bonenkai or just a party?
Yeah, we had a Bonenkai in my company. I think it was earlier than yours. We had like a cruise ship. Like it was cool. It was nice.
Yeah.
The food was like so crazy awesome. Ooh, I love the seafood they had.
But tell me about like your party yesterday. How was it?
How did it compare to your party after my work yesterday? So it was fun. We had like Tabeo there and Nomio there. So
how did it compare to your experience at the Bonenkai? How was it?
It was very different. I think I had more fun food wise, at least here in this party yesterday. It was like just me, my friend, and the team leader. It was very nice. It was like I had a lot of lamb and wine. It was like so perfect. I was very happy.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
So not swimming today, man. We can. Should do
I
swimming
cannot do that swimming. I love to swim. I love to swim, but then the problem is like I have exams on. Like I'm going to take the AWS exam on Tuesday, so I don't think I need to study for that.
On Tuesday already.
Yeah, this Tuesday. So I'll study Saturday, Sunday. It's today, tomorrow, and Monday as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. Now we have like a couple new Japanese words that we studied when getting into Evernote. So that's pretty good for your next Japanese exam. Got to take more seriously, man.
Japanese?
You got to take Japanese more seriously.
Is secondary priority for me.
No.
First, I think I'll get all the AWS certifications and all that cloud certifications, and then think about learning Japanese. Even though I live in Japan. If someone wants to deal with me, please deal with me in English, please. I cannot do anything about it. It's sad, but I know I need to learn Japanese someday. So I'll do that.
Yeah. All right. Any other thanks for the intro before we get into tech section? You got any intro thoughts?
I think we were talking about tech right now, but then it's not tech. Okay.
Well, that's the reason we're connected well, so we can talk about tech easily. But
okay. So I have these are random stuff.
Okay, so
and it's not related to you, so you cannot maybe connect. So which one are we? Tech? Okay.
No, we're still doing intro. We got I don't know.
20 minutes?
Introduction. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna be
nice. Okay. So the other day I was on the train, like I was going to my office or something, and that time there was a guy, there was a lady sitting, and she was like sleepy, but then she had a friend. Like, so this lady sleeping and this friend is like constantly waking up, and the station is like 10 stations away or something. So I in my head I'm thinking, let her sleep, she's so sleeping so well, and this lady is constantly waking her up. Then I sat next to her. Then this lady started falling on me, like because she's sleepy, like so. So let her sleep. But no, the other ladies, get up, get up, get up. So she kept waking her up. It was like so funny that time. Then
Okay, that was a terrible story, but we are going into our tech section.
The Johnny and Omi Show. The Johnny and Omi Show. The Johnny and Omi Show. The Johnny and Omi Show.
So let's talk about some.
okay.
Let's talk about new and cool tech that we used this last week. Kind of things that we're thinking about starting to use, and kind of what you've done with tech this last week. So.
This week, what do you mean by tech? Like code?
It could be frameworks. It could be languages. It could be code. It could be anything, man. It could be like literally hardware. It could be anything you want, bro. Anything you want.
So this week I was just checking out the Raspberry Pi because and seeing what possibilities I can do with it. And this Raspberry Pi 4 is supposed to be powerful. It's supposed to be able to they had this advertisement which said it's a desktop replacement, but then it's not that powerful. It cannot run Chrome anymore because Chrome itself takes 3 GB RAM. It doesn't have RAM at all, and it's like so tiny. It becomes like super hot. So I'll need to put like I don't know, copper sink or something.
Yeah.
To make it cooler.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty nuts how Chrome just eats up a lot of memory. Actually.
Yeah, it's like if your system is slow, just turn off Chrome, then you find all your speed to do whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's your laptop? New laptop?
Yeah,
Talk about
it's not that great.
Not that great?
It has a quad core, but it's 4 gigs of RAM, I guess. I don't know. The storage is garbage, so
32 GB storage. Like for what? Like what can you do with that? My Switch has more storage than that.
I know, it's not good. I want to run Unity on it, actually, but I don't think it can handle. But, yeah, I guess next year one of the big things to focus on is, learning to hardware. You're good at the hardware stuff, putting in memory, changing your RAM and changing stuff. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you're going to have to teach me next year. But the first thing I want to do is just put more, RAM or storage in it. But this could be it's a good test laptop, right? It's just a good test thing. I don't care if it breaks, so I can just learn how to change stuff out and all that stuff. But
I have the set, the professional set with all tools, and I think every single screwdriver bit if you need. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be good to learn from you. That's one of the reasons.
I think you should mainly just change the hard drive because 32 gig, I don't know what that is. I think maybe you can add an SSD in that, then it'll be super. It'll be as fast as the ThinkPad. So yeah, doable. Then, but I don't like the plug. It's so.
Oh yeah,
small.
It's different too, right? Maybe.
So which Raspberry Pi do you have currently? That is 2?
I think it was a 3.
Oh,
I thought it was a 3.
My team leader, he made an RTD2. It's like an RTD2 which is made by Hasbro, but then he put circuits in it and created with 2. I think he made an AI based RTD2 that can turn on his television and do stuff with 2 Raspberry Pis in it. That was super cool when he showed me that. He even added a camera in that, so it can do stuff and can just watch TV. For some reason, I don't know what. Yeah, so that was cool. He showed me yesterday, on his phone.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, pet project.
Yeah,
cool stuff.
Yeah, speaking of that, so for me, just continuing Ionic as always. I love that framework. It's super awesome. They're starting to push more the React and the Vue for the framework.
Okay.
So I've gotten pretty good at Angular just by using Ionic because I just wanted to build an app, right? But internally you have to handle routing, you have to handle data passing and things like that. And so just through learning Ionic, I've become pretty good at Angular. But yeah, that's been my jam this week. I've done so much CSS. I almost sent you a message CSS sucks, but it's awesome because I'm learning all the I guess I never really studied in college, but yeah, I'm learning all the position relative, all of this playing around with margin padding, all this stuff, learning kind of just by trial.
Yeah, I learned everything in college, CSS and everything, but then I don't apply it that often because I mostly work with backend stuff. But if I have to do that, I think it's very much doable. But the thing is, when you change something, it's very difficult to get what you're thinking and to get it on the screen, it's so much.
Yeah, that's my problem, just playing around with so much stuff. And I probably have 25 CSS classes on my one page that I was working on. Just they're all necessary, I believe, but just playing around and just like Googling so much Stack Overflow. I want to like actually have time to answer people's questions
Yeah.
to help like return the
I used
favor.
to do that.
But I've gotten so much like knowledge from just like Googling Stack Overflow this week for CSS. So but yeah, Ionic is super cool. I really love it. I want to actually try to maybe contribute to the actual framework in the future as well.
Okay.
Because I've
That's
used it
kind
a lot, and I've already released 3 apps so far. I want to like release like at least 3 apps
Wow.
over the holidays
In
because I'm not gonna have a lot of stuff. Yeah,
You're making even for iTunes, like for Apple App Store.
I can, but like opening a developer account for Apple
you have
costs
to
like
pay.
$100 a year, whereas Play Store is literally $25 one time for your whole life, which is great. But yeah, my apps have had absolutely no success so far, so I have to definitely.
It's okay, just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I have an idea now, which I've been doing on my lunch break, as I mentioned last week, and I'll probably put a ton of time into that over the holidays, and hopefully get some users for that. Basically, the idea for that one is media capture app. So basically, you can capture media. It's almost kind of like Google Photos, I guess, in the sense you store like cloud storage of your media, but the difference is, I guess, that. Yeah, you pretty much like I'm making it, so you can you can support me. Support me.
Yeah, of course. I'll support you. So your database is Firehouse.
Yeah, Firebase. So that's the other tech that I've used. Like I'm learning a little bit of Laravel and PHP for the first time. I've never touched PHP before, but
my younger brother started playing with Laravel initially for his website, but then it gave him so much trouble that he switched from that to Django. That's based on Python. So it's way more simpler, to debug, because like I'm from Python background, so like if he has any problems, so I can just help him with that maybe. But I didn't help him that much, but I can. So yeah, there's the possibility there. So yeah. So recently my week was all about learning about AWS services and how I can utilize it for my stuff. Yeah, that's all I've been doing the whole week, like AWS, everything, all services, like just reading about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think literally the key to basically passive income and the idea that everyone's going for is like getting this algorithm, which is a lot of work, but basically configuring your stuff to run on AWS such that it generates more income than you pay AWS to use their service. And you have to, of course, come up with an idea, a product, and then host it, and then be good enough to configure it to like be profitable. But once you hit that golden algorithm of setting everything up and getting the right idea, that's when you can actually get passive income, and you can just sit on your butt for the rest of your life and like literally just do pretty much whatever you want or maintain it, I guess, maybe. But
I think the problem is like even though you can do it, but let's say there is no AWS, okay, there is no cloud, there is nothing. Still, you needed to get your own infrastructure, and if you're starting a business, let's say you're just having a bakery of your own, maybe it's so not related to tech, but then to have this business, you'll invest so much of time and energy and stuff. So basically, it's the same thing. Like you're putting in money. So when your money comes out, you should make sure that it's profitable. It's the same thing. Like it's business. That's business. So with AWS, actually, you don't need to buy the shop itself. You can just have a bakery online with storing all the pictures and stuff online. But somehow I don't know how you'll deliver the cakes and stuff. But yeah, everything can be online with AWS.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying is like basically you have to deliver a software product that's reliable and it has to be all online, right?
And profitable.
Yeah. So if you can get it all online where you don't need to deliver stuff or whatever, that's like the golden formula, pretty much, I would say. So any other like tech you used this week besides that? Yeah. So I've also used Django and Ruby on Rails just slightly to like, but no, not this week. But I really want to get a Vue app like up. So yeah, have you looked into Nuxt.js or Next.js at all?
No. What is it about?
They're pretty much like some kind of frameworks that support.
Facebook?
I don't know.
Who made it?
No, I think it's like the Nuxt or Next Foundation, maybe.
Okay.
But
someone made it, but it's good.
Yeah, but Vue is like probably
better. Yeah,
the best like actual JavaScript framework, and I really hope that next year my company will start actually using it for some products. I think we might do some SMS stuff, hopefully, and I really hope we use Vue because I'm already pretty good with I already know how to use it well, but I want to see that for our web app instead of Laravel because I already know how to use Vue, and that's kind of where I want to go.
I'm looking forward to using SageMaker for machine learning. Like my company is promoting that, but then I think once we have the clients and we have the goal to make something, like if they have like something tangible, then I'll get into it, I think. because otherwise it's just like I'm making the same practice stuff that is available online, like on GitHub. They have these example codes. I can just run that again and again, but it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So
You're not delivering anything really new. Yeah.
So that's the thing. Apart from that, I don't know. Like yesterday, after coming from this party thing, I got my certificate from Google on Cloud. Like because I just attended the cloud seminar. So yay, something.
Awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
All right, we're in the next section.
Okay.
Okay, next section. Podcast we listened to this week and what we got out of it, and any suggestos, recommendos for our listeners.
Yeah.
So what did you listen to this week?
I
Ear
just listened
Biscuits.
to Ear Biscuits and
Just your
Red
biscuits?
and Lincoln. Yeah, I love them too.
All right, tell me about
Too
one episode.
much.
Okay, tell me about their episode and what you got
Yeah.
out of it.
So it's like it's very funny. Like they are very funny. So it's like there's one story. Okay, so in the story it's like there are 4 girls. Like okay, there's like Michelle, Olivia, 4 different girls with 4 different names basically. So let's call them 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Okay. They have a boss, and this boss never remembers their names properly. So she always names them differently. So it's like she'll call 1, 4, and 4 something else. So she'll just name them differently and call them differently all the time. So she gets 2 names correct, like maybe Olivia and Michelle. She'll get these 2 names correct, but she won't call the right people the right names. She'll call the wrong people the wrong names. So Red and Link are like, they have like she's working. She has the power, so she's like working with the power, like dominant. So what do they suggest? It's like so these 4 girls have different names. So they're like, so you girls have like an alternate ego at work, So you in personal lives you are Melissa, Olivia, blah 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 blah. But at work, you are that thing. So you can be anyone you want. You can be a very shy person, and no, you can be right-handed in your personal life, but at work you're someone else. So you can be left-handed. So that was like kind of fun. Yeah, they do that. And when I was listening to this, I was laughing like so loudly that my neighbor was like, and he checks my computer, and there's like only code on my screen. So he's like, "What are you laughing at? Like, I don't see anything funny." Yeah.
How could that possibly be funny?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the stories. Usually, when I just walk to my work, I just listen to podcasts, and then my brain will start thinking something funny, and then I'll just note down something. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most awesome things about living in Japan is being able to just like focus on like studying something or like listening to a podcast on your way to work, which is
That
pretty
isn't
fantastic,
just
I must say.
in Japan, I think anywhere. Like even if you're back home.
Yeah, I guess
But
when you're driving, but
maybe more people will trouble you, I think. Like, hey, listen to this.
well,
like,
no,
on your
dude, you
way-
can't just be like driving and like studying
Mhm.
Chinese, dude. Like you could, but it'd just be like
Yeah.
you might.
Either Chinese is not going in or like your car is going somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's not going to turn out well for you.
In India, it'll be like you're hitting a cow or something. And you won't even notice. And you
Yeah.
just listen to moo and it's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had the last episode of Super Skull this last week.
Okay.
Came out just yesterday. I actually didn't even finish listening to it, unfortunately. But man, Marcus Schwimmer came back, man. I mentioned Marcus Schwimmer last week,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was pretty funny. Their like first 20 minutes was just them. being
He's funny,
so-
the funniest of them all. So, do they say any jokes or anything? Like,
Yeah,
what goes
dude.
on?
Just listen, man. I'll send it to you. But yeah,
Okay.
you should check this out over the holidays. It's absolutely hilarious, and you will enjoy it. But yeah, talked about like wrap up of the year. I guess it was a pretty good year for comic books in America, which is good for them. Maybe I'll go visit their store when I'm back, and maybe
Comic books too.
buy some. Check these out in real life, which would be good. But
Okay.
yeah, that was good. I think I listened to bilingual news as well. Always trying to kikitore. Always trying to learn words. Yeah, so. Yep, and I think their main topic was pretty much like Trump.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it's like pretty interesting. But
What do they talk about Trump? Like something funny?
yeah, well, he got impeached, which is like
Really? I didn't know that.
yeah, but that's not
Who's
getting
replacing him?
that's not getting removed from office. So they talked
Okay.
about the misconception that impeachment is like getting removed, which it's not. It's basically just like a hearing that they conduct to advance the trial of removal onto the next stage. So
Okay.
it's like the end of a process, from what I heard.
Okay.
It's the end of a
It's like a
process of it's like a step of like the end of
Getting him out of the office.
no, it's the end of a step of like advancing. It's the ending of like
Okay.
the hearing to
Mhm.
move it on to like the removal trial basically. So they will have a trial, but I believe that trial will almost certainly fail because the Senate is going to basically evaluate fairly because they also I listened to this in the podcast, but
it's basically is it like a step to remove him? Is it like that?
Yes.
So it's like a step to get him removed.
Yeah, pretty much. But
that is simple.
Yeah, they have to like all of the people in like this trial have to like take an oath. Like they read the text as well. And this is from Bilingual News, which I listened to.
But don't they have to vote or anything? Like because people have voted for him, so
this
if they are impeaching
him, all of the people that are voting have to read this oath, and they like so help me God. And honestly, the basis on which they're bringing this up is like pretty dumb. It's like just that he's like selfish or something like that, like selfishly doing stuff, which I don't know. I mean, that's super subjective, right?
He drinks Diet Coke every day, so.
And then like the other thing was like what he it was like with the election thing, right? It was like the other there's two charges or whatever. The other one is like that he did something involving like some election, like he cheated somehow like in the past. Like I don't think it was like the Russia thing for his election. I think it was like a different election, but apparently he did something illegal in the past, and they're bringing that up and trying to convict him on that or something. So yeah, interesting. I think and this morning I listened to Mitch McConnell give like a statement about about the whole thing, and yeah, there's definitely just a lot of like feelings getting triggered.
I think people just don't like Trump so much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there was one saying, if there was, I think this was by who's that guy? Snowboard, the hacker, some guy. So he said that if you give me access to your email ID, I'll find something in your email ID that can get you hanged. There's always something there that someone will not like, and then they will do something about it. So I think that is what they are looking for now for Trump, I think.
That's
so they'll find something.
Snowden said that, or?
Huh?
Snowden?
Maybe. I'm not sure, but I just listened to somewhere somehow. Yeah, I'm a good listener, but I forget fast. That's a good thing. Yeah, so...
So, did you listen to anything besides Ear Biscuits this week?
No, that's all.
Just that?
It's like whenever
you gotta listen to another podcast. You should listen to Bilingual News so you can actually speak some more Japanese, bro.
yeah. That is long-term goal. I'm not doing Japanese.
Yeah, you gotta take one step at a time.
Yeah, I think after 5 years or something in Japan, I'll think, okay, I should do it now. Because I'm pretty invested now at this point. So yeah, let's see then. But for now, I just don't require it for my work or life or anything. So.
Dude, you're kind of lucky, but also not, because like I'm really glad actually that I need it, but I need it hard for my job, dude. Like it's actually a bottleneck.
So that is like a super motivation for you, right?
Well, it's a requirement, so I have to I'm scrambling, dude, every day, which is good. I mean, I'm learning fast, but at the same time,
because if you're hitting your head every day, something it'll dent.
Yeah. Well, I'll have a lot of time over these 2 weeks just to I'm gonna translate a lot of like the messages and just study maybe the code base a little bit too. But
I think even in your Slack it's just all Japanese, so you don't have a choice, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I am spending too much time translating, but the good thing is that I'm getting on board with like what they're doing and understanding the project, which is important because once I understand, then I can be even more effective for them. But I've already wrote a pretty awesome app, I would say. So far, I added a lot of features this week. I got like the Google Map API going on there, and so it's pretty cool. And then
maybe you can just talk about what your app does, so maybe people can use it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be very similar to an app that already exists called Plaza. So we're using this Plaza app for our model, pretty much of like how we're designing it. So basically,
it's for Japan, is it like that?
This one's also for Japan, but it's just either a competitor or a different thing. But basically, I also implemented this like drop-down thing. So this expandable, I made an expandable in Angular. So I did the same thing. This is the app it's supposed to look like, and then I also did this banner thing yesterday. So basically, mine will eventually do research as well. When
I think we should someday have like a video also, so we can just show like that.
Yeah.
Or maybe have it on.
It'll be a separate thing. Like this podcast is just for audio, but I generated a barcode like last week. That was a long time ago. I already did that stuff, but yeah. So I'll show you my app.
I like your app. It looks nice.
Well, that's theirs, but this is the one this is my version. So it's the invitation. And the API fetch call is getting rejected for some reason. Hopefully they'll fix that over the time that I'm gone. But this is the map, the drop down thing that I did. So
it looks nice.
Yeah, it's kind of similar, right, to like the one that they did.
Yeah, but I think yours is better.
No.
I think yours is better. It looks nice.
No, it's not better.
It doesn't work better. Does it work?
I mean, it doesn't. I can't search yet, but yeah.
And functionality is not good, but it looks nice.
But yeah, I spent a lot of time getting this like horizontal scroll. This is the CSS stuff I was talking about, man. Like getting this kind of scroll stuff. this scroll. You can't see it because the data's not there, but yeah, that's basically it. So
Wow. I like
yeah,
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like once all the data comes in and the API calls are working effectively, then it's gonna be pretty awesome.
Yeah, but
app,
it's
so
a
it's gonna be good.
long-term project, I think.
Yeah,
It'll
probably
take
long term.
time,
It'll
yeah.
take at least like another month into January at least,
Okay.
and hopefully I'll learn a lot. They'll learn a lot about the API calls, and I'll learn some PHP and Laravel stuff. It'll be great. Awesome. Let's move on to food and life in Japan.
Yeah.
So tell me about some cool food you ate this week, man.
This week, so
Or interesting food, probably.
yeah, just interesting. So when I just came to Japan and I just went for, I think, just the regular Japanese food, like I went to Yoshinoya or something, just a regular meal. I had like fish, miso soup, and I had rice. So the rice was plain, right? There was nothing. So when I was back home, I barely ate rice anyways. But whenever I had rice, I had something to put on it and mix it and eat like that. So this was plain rice. So I asked my friend, like, how do you eat this? Like, this is like just plain, you know. She's like, what do you mean, how do you eat rice? Like, you just eat, like, I don't know. So I couldn't even like, explain to him. So yeah, that was kind of funny, I think. That was weird, I think, for me. Just plain rice. Eating plain rice is not something I do.
Yeah, I do it, but like for
You like
me, I just got this huge like chili. I finally went to a Chinese market and I got
Yes.
this huge thing of chili paste thing, and I just put a ton of that on there, and it like burns me. But like I don't know. Like I sometimes will put meat. Like I go to Matsuya like every day. It's actually getting disgusting. I need to find a
Matsuya?
better
I
option.
like Matsuya.
It's not
but I
bad,
don't
but
go
like dude,
enough.
I go every day, bro.
Every day.
So like I need to find something. I need to like bring. But all my coworkers always just make cup ramen every day, and that's like seems super unhealthy, man. Like
Yeah. I did that. I did that initially, but then it has too much salt. So it's
yeah,
not
it's
good for
really not good. It's even worse than Matsuya, I'd say. Even though I put way too much of the Beni Shoga on there.
you.
I like literally puts like 3 big scoops at least of Beni Shoga on there, which has a lot of sodium, I think. But yeah, it's like probably more healthy than just straight cup ramen. I would say.
I eat like at Ikinari steak every day. Like I have
Every
steak
day?
not every day. Like 3 times, 2 times or 3 times a week.
Okay, you need to take me out, bro. Okay? You're like making, you're like dripping cash, bro.
No,
You
I'm
need
not
to,
dripping
take
cash
me,
or anything. I just like steak too much. So it's like in the afternoon I'll eat like good stuff, and at night I'll just eat yogurt.
I'm just joking.
Yeah. So it's balanced. The cost is not going anywhere. So it's
Yeah, I just eat rice at night.
Uh-huh.
Like just.
But
like,
I don't like
chili.
rice. I get fat with that. I don't want to get fat. So yeah, that's there. So then
Hey, your
there
blood
is-
pressure was slightly undermined this
Ah,
last
yeah.
check, so I need to catch up, and which I will be doing today because I'm swimming and you're not. So
Yes, I'll walk home maybe, but it'll be too long. So
yeah. So anyway, regarding food, we had like we looked at some pictures right before we started this
So,
podcast of the
I
things
think
I had
a
yesterday.
few months back when I was just walking down the street, I could see a lot of birds and stuff. Like I could see crows and stuff. Now there is like a Mori tower that's like so big, and I see no birds. I'm like, where did they go? And I was just thinking, what if we had wings and we could fly? So where would we go?
That'd be great.
Yeah,
It'd just
but
be
where
fun.
would we go? Like in this much cold, where would you go? You don't have any sweater or anything, because if you wear a sweater, you cannot fly because you'll be very heavy, I think. So where do you go in this cold? Where do birds go when it's winter and stuff? Do they hide somewhere?
I don't know, bro, but let's keep this about
Migration?
life in Japan, maybe. If you're betting on that topic,
Okay.
what like
I get sideloaded every time.
yeah.
So whenever I get bored, I sometimes like in the dormitory, I'll just make sounds. Like
Wow, you
No,
sound like
just-
the worst
wait,
roommate
wait.
ever, bro.
Okay, wait. So the other day I was just like practicing my Resident Evil sounds, like so there's this who's this guy, merchant in Resident Evil, and he'll be like, ha ha ha, stranger. So I was doing that, and that time, and I was practicing other stuff that he was saying. So like good choice, stranger, or something like that. I was just talking like that, and my roommate got so shocked, and he was like, open the door, and I'm like, what is happening? Oh my god, what is happening? So I was even trying the from this Warcraft 3. I used to be obsessed with that when I was like, I don't know, small or something. So in that there is like necromancers. They will summon ghosts and stuff. So it's like after they are done with the stuff, so they'll say summoning is complete, like exactly like that. So when I was doing this, my roommate got like super crazy, like what is happening, who's coming or something like that. So I just told him, nothing, I'm just practicing something. So he was like, you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened.
Yeah, it was like cool for me just like participating for the first time in the Bonenkai. I feel like that's a fairly
Fun.
Fairly-
I liked
fairly
it. Yeah,
classic
you had fun.
Japan
That was nice.
thing,
Yeah.
you know, like
But I think it's just like
Japan
drinking and
event.
eating party.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like tradition, man.
Yeah,
So it's like
it's nice.
I've like kind of
It's like
assimilated
Christmas.
into culture. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like their Christmas,
Yeah.
which I
Fun.
invited some people to church, which is good. Like threw out some invites. So,
Okay.
but yeah, people don't actually know Christmas. But it's funny. Like our secretary lady was like, "Oh, I heard this thing." Like in Japanese, probably. But she's like, "I heard this thing on the radio. Happy holidays."
Happy.
She's like, I don't know Christmas, but I heard happy holidays.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, cool, nice.
She was happy about holidays.
She was happy about learning, I guess,
Getting
happy holidays in English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then she'll be shocked when she doesn't get any holidays. Right?
But yeah, man, like last night food was really good. Like we had like this really good like beef, and then they put like truffle, like some truffle on top of it. I didn't even know, but it's like
It looked
literally
very nice.
tofu or something like that. But yeah,
Wow.
it was very delicious. Yeah.
So I think I need to learn Japanese because once like I have a Japanese class, but I bunk a lot. Like I don't go very often. So once I just went there, I just so so on my way there. So it was like so I didn't see the station properly. So I just kept going in the train, and I thought, okay, in the station, Yamanouchi line is like a circle. So even if you miss, you can just come all the way back. You can do that, and you can just sit in the train for 2 hours and you can get there. Just circle the whole thing back.
Yeah.
But Mita line is not like that. So I just kept going, and then I saw on my phone it said like 5 stations away. So I'm like, okay, fine. So if I sit 5 stations more, maybe I'll get back. Somehow I'll get back to that place. But turns out that's not the thing. And when I kept going, I got out of Tokyo and I was so scared. Then I don't know where I went.
When was this?
This was like last month. So I called Reynard and I just asked him like, I'm here. I think I'm lost or something. So he just said, just change the platform and go again. So I had to cancel my Japanese class that day. Since then, I think my Japanese teacher's like, LOL.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, it's easy to get lost in the city, man. It's insane. But it's
The
one of
other
the
day,
coolest cities I've ever been in.
When I ate like so many, like chicken. No, I eat beef a lot. No, like recently steak. I love steak, and I like chicken also. So I was just thinking, like, what if after we die, okay, it's just like a tally sheet. We get a tally sheet, and in that it's like, okay, you ate chicken because like there's a lot of chicken, so you were maintaining its population, so you get plus 2 points. But let's say for beef, okay, we have too many cows. They are breeding cows because you are eating beef, so plus 2 points. Otherwise they would just go extinct or something like Kododo. So, but
good.
for pork, they'll be like -2 because they are too cute. How can you eat that cute things? It's like so cute. So
yeah,
I was just thinking that, just walking. Then what else? Anything crazy for you that happened in your life this week?
I mean, dude, every day is an adventure, I would say. Just I don't understand, like, I understand, like, probably what I need to, but my office is just, like, rough, man. It's, like, hard to know exactly what's going on sometimes, I would say, with our projects and whatnot. But, yeah, definitely pretty cool. Like, I'm getting the route to work really well. Like, I know exactly how to get to work. So I've optimized my, like, commute time, which is really good, yeah.
I don't do that. It's like, for me, it's like, I make a path and I just follow it, then I don't think about it. So in this time I can study or do something. So basically I'm working, but in my head I'm doing something else. So yeah, multitasking. So when I go to work nowadays and it's so cold, so I just think about the trees. The trees, they don't have any leaves. I don't understand how they survive, because they need photosynthesis for like surviving. So like I think when it's spring they will get leaves, they can survive. But how do they survive winter? Have you ever thought about that? I don't know.
Yeah, but the winter here is not bad, man. You should come to my hometown.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of looking forward to like seeing snow and being there, but dude, it's gonna like be another like level of cold, dude.
You like
it's,
snow or you don't like it?
I would like it if I'm like skiing or snowboarding.
Yeah.
Like just having to deal with it every day and like shovel snow, dude. F that, man. Like no. So this is like not even that hard. Like yeah, it is cold here. Like kind of. Like we're already in like the worst, I'd say. Done with this. Yeah, but we're like through like the worst of it already, dude. It's like this is like we're like really in the middle of like probably what is pretty much the worst.
Yeah, but
and
this week,
this
time it was not that bad. Last time it was much worse.
Yeah, last year.
Yeah. So what are your plans for vacation, like Christmas vacation?
Yeah, so flying like 4 p.m. Monday afternoon. It's gonna be like 15-hour flight. So it's gonna be pretty insane.
What do you do when you get there? You'll just see your family and...
Yeah, I think we're driving to Chicago.
Wow, okay.
maybe on Christmas Eve or the day before Christmas Eve. Maybe the day before Christmas Eve. I think we'll drive to Chicago, just chill in Chicago. It'll be great to see
Nice.
like my cousin. I hope my cousin will be there, Peter, and yeah, I'll just be around my parents and definitely like aunts and uncles. That'll be really good. Been a long time since I've seen them, so I'll probably just want to do programming. Honestly, though, I'll probably just like get
Sit
their
in the-
Wi-Fi, and then I'll just be sitting in the corner, just like programming the whole time, most likely.
Okay.
But yeah, how about you? Any plans for?
Yeah, for my holidays, I think I'll be playing with the Raspberry Pi, setting up stuff. Maybe make it as useful because I have an external display. Maybe I'll connect it and do something. I'm thinking maybe I'll use it as Chromecast, so maybe I can record the podcast on that. I don't know. It'll be more portable because I'll just have to take the Raspberry Pi and my phone anywhere, so I can just put it on your display and we can just continue working all the stuff in that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun and nice. Then I think I have my piano. Okay, so basically I bought it and then I think I practiced for like 1 week or something and then I got bored and I just kept it.
Yeah, classic, right?
Yeah. So so now I'm thinking like, okay, I got the MIDI cable and I got the what is that? 6.5 to 3.5 mm jack. So I bought it and I kept it with the piano. So I didn't even open the box. So now in the holidays, like when it's like 10 days or something, no, I think 5 days, 28 to 5. So during that time, I think I'll learn one song, and just put it on Slack and just maybe we can make an intro for
Yeah, let's actually
something.
work together on like an intro song.
Yeah,
Because
it'll
like
be
I
fun.
made the song and I'll put it
Yeah,
on this
yours is very
episode.
good. Yeah,
But we'll have like transition music. We should have transition into
something
new cool tech, transition into podcasts,
Yeah.
transition into food life in Japan.
yeah, we should have that. It'll be
Maybe
more fun.
these subjects are definitely subject to change. I would say like we should keep 3 segments like that, but like maybe if we get
Change
more
the time.
passionate about something else, we
Yeah.
can change that.
Yeah, I think when we are talking about something, we can just be like, I'm thinking about this, and we can just have a conversation about that. We don't need to rigidly stick on that, but if we don't have anything, we can then move on to that. I think.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
like
because
it's definitely good to have boundaries.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we should definitely stick to like 3 topics, but I guess we could
Okay.
like rotate those topics as we have stuff that we like to talk about or
Okay.
yeah, want to change. So yeah, man.
So this time I had like an interview recently at my work. So I was still during that time they asked me like what you're passionate about. That time it really got me like thinking like, okay, how much passion did I have about machine learning and code and AI in general. So I was just thinking of many ways that we can utilize it to make something crazy. But then it's like so we don't have many people using it right now. So I think in coming years it will be much more relevant and
Yeah.
much more simpler to implement the same code. Like because we have all this TensorFlow, PyTorch, these good frameworks that do so much, but we don't have that many applications for them. Like we just have the tools, but we don't know what to do with that. So it's sad kind of thing. But I think in my meantime, like in my holidays, I'll just read more about it and see what other people are doing with that. So maybe if we get some idea, maybe we can make. I was thinking about this. I have like this Google Home. Maybe I can make like a dog, like like an audio dog. So whenever I come, I like open my door and get in my door. So if I have like an IR sensor, so the dog will just be like woof woof. Because the dog,
Brownie.
it'll be cute and it'll
Brownie.
be fun. Brownie?
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 Brownie? I
Brownie?
won't. It's called Brownie. You won't be Brownie. It'll be like Chuck or something.
That's
The
my
dog will be
uncle's
Chuck.
name, man. That's my uncle's name.
Okay.
So yeah, my uncle is your dog.
Yeah. So I'll just program it to have like some because dog doesn't do much, it say much, right? So it will be simple to code a dog, I think.
That
Yes,
sounds
I
really
think-
cool, actually. Yeah.
yeah.
So I actually found out I'm like eligible for free Google Home as well.
Wow!
Because I'm like the
How? You're so lucky! Yeah, this Christmas is so good.
Yep.
Free stuff
free
from
stuff,
everywhere.
free
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if you're the owner of a family account
Mhm.
of Spotify, you're eligible for like
Wow.
Google Home. So
Did
I
you
should
get it?
be- I'll probably order like the shipping when I go back to America. Get
Nice.
it shipped. Yeah.
Yeah, get it here.
Yeah. Get
Awesome.
it here and then
Yeah.
get out of this place. Get into a much larger place.
Yeah.
Get a dream
But I
bigger.
think
Get a
if you-
dream
if-
way
If
bigger.
you have like one Google Home, I think this room will suffice. No issues, I think.
Yeah. I guess
I
I'll
have
just
two
gotta
Google
get-
Homes, so whenever I speak to one, the other one listens to it because the house is very small now. So one, I just keep it turned off. So yeah,
Yeah.
but it's very useful for asking the weather. I think what other, and if you make your own stuff, then it's very useful Google Home because it's easy to make stuff like what is that called, like conversations. You can just have like a conversation and you have to pre-code the input. But if we had AI and it could figure out how we speak and maybe record what we say and understand and utilize that to speak like next time, or maybe say the same thing again some other time when it's useful, it that will be very useful. But I don't think we are there yet.
Yeah.
Even the storage, where do we store it? In cloud? Maybe.
Yeah, I get what you're saying as well about like passion. Like I would say probably like my passion for programming was like I guess tested.
Tested.
Like because I mean I took like kind of like a little detour last year, which is I think like soul searching is always important. You have to like know what you love. But dude, if anything I learned this year, it's that my passion in life is just sitting behind a computer and programming. Like I love it, man. Like especially when I can build something that people will use. Like if I know that they're gonna like enjoy the interface or enjoy using it, like I just love it. Like my day just flies by, and I'm like I come home and I program more. And I like researching more and like doing more VU, like whatever something. I just love it, man. Like,
even I used to do that. I love that. Even when I was in my previous job, so we used to do that. Like we had problems all the time, and I like to solve problems more often. So it was always coding, and then even after work we would code, and then in the morning again. So it was fun. When we saw, it's like when you're hitting your head and not getting anywhere. That time it's kind of frustrating. But then when you get the output you need and the celebration in your head is like so good. Yeah,
it's definitely always this sort of.
I love that.
Yeah, you have to solve problems like in life as well.
That is what I love. I don't like life problems. Life problems, you have to deal with people, and they are you cannot. They are not like code. They are not like how do I say? They are not predictable. They have their own set of things, rules and stuff. So it's difficult to understand them. But with code, if you don't understand it, just read the documentation. You get it. But people don't come with manuals, sadly. There's no man command for Jonathan.
Yeah, well, there is, but it's just called a relationship and pretty much like having to understand how
that is a long-term thing, right?
Yeah.
But you are not born with a manual.
Yeah.
That's kind of fun, I think.
Yeah.
So, how often do you practice your guitar? Every day?
I would say like every 3 days right now. Wow. Well, I don't really have anything. I've been learning Neon by John Mayer. That song is nuts. Really awesome, though. And I'm trying to learn it, but I looked through been going through a tutorial. It's pretty insane, like the stuff he does with like fingers, and then also my hands are a little small. It's not an excuse, but like it does make it harder. And I don't have an electric guitar here in Japan, but
that's okay.
Yeah, because it's not okay because it's hard.
No, your neighbor will get troubled, right?
Well, he uses an acoustic anyway. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't use an amp, but he uses an acoustic guitar anyway. But Neon is one thing I've been listening to. I've just been listening to. Soothsayer by Buckethead for my Aunt Susie or whatever, and that song is just like...
Is it like rock, pop, what is the genre for that?
It's like metal, I would say, I guess.
Okay, okay.
It's instrumental metal. It's just, his shredding is unbelievable, like speed, so it's just been making me like think more and more like, man, I want to practice again, but, In
general, what kind of music do you like?
So all over the... Dude, we should just next one we should just make music one of the 10 minutes. Because I could talk to you like for like 3 hours about music, man. But literally everything. But like I guess lately, mostly I've been listening to a lot of worship actually. So I start in the morning with worship, and then I try to I remember like Monty saying like he trains himself to just listen to worship on the way to work the whole way. And I usually don't make it all the way just listening to worship, but then I also find myself like wanting to like needing encouragement throughout the day. So I can't not listen to that.
But what is the genre for that?
Worship, man, like CCM. CCM.
What is CCM?
Contemporary Christian music, maybe.
Oh, okay.
But also just a lot of EDM, like at work. I'm like, I also since I translate a lot of the stuff that my coworkers send me, I don't need to necessarily listen to the words. I try as well both, but I'm honestly just kind of plugging away because they tell me make it look like this, so I have a lot of time to just do the mock-ups.
Okay.
So I'm just listening to EDM, just the same song over and over, man. I posted it, but this "You're the Only Reason" by Basics, man. I listen to that song 100 times in a day, just nonstop.
Wow.
It's super good, produced really well, and I love it. But EDM all over, man. But also a little bit of relaxing stuff, like this relax playlist a little bit.
When you say EDM, is Avicii and who's that guy? Skrillex?
So this is literally my coding playlist. So Dylan Francis, I listen to a lot. This song by Leon, "Leave This Place" is really good. "You're the Only Reason," as I said, I listen to that a million times, dude. Rooms, Audion. I love Audion. He's really good. So yeah, just like those kind of artists. Avicii
How
just
do
makes me
you-
sad every time I have to listen. I listen to Avicii. Man.
Even I think about it.
Oh, it's so sad. I love that guy.
Even I used to love
He's
him.
so
I had
good.
when I was back home, I made like the logo on my hand
Yeah.
every day for some days. Like I was
Really?
just crazy about it. Yes. So
So
For me, it's like I like-
Yeah, we can do music for the next one, but
okay.
the Johnny and Omi Show.
Is it N?
Yeah.
Last. Okay.
Yeah.